The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on NewsRadio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back at it. This is The Local Show on 570 WSYR. Some of the happiest times of my life are not really spent here, but, I do have happy times. You know what I've been thinking a lot of lately and watching videos of?
I don't know.
Muscle cars. Every time around this year, and it comes up to my birthday, which is in March, I start thinking, geez, when can I get back into my classic car?
Wait a minute. Can't you combine? You need a truck for business for your DJ. So can't you get like a muscle truck that could
it's not the same
that
thing.
can pull the trailer and you could combine two?
Actually, you could.
It'd look cool, wouldn't it?
I shouldn't just say poo-poo that, because there was a place that I was looking at. I think it was like North Carolina or whatever. It's a classic car place.
Yeah.
And they did have like a 2018 modified Saline F-150 that was all tricked out. And I thought that exact thing.
Right.
I thought, geez, this would, but I wouldn't want to use it for that. I don't know.
You don't want to be driving to a party in February.
Sure. I wouldn't want that. But, just my, 68 Mustang, 69 Camaro, one of those two. I just want to get back into a muscle car again and enjoy some of that. But anyway, let's talk reality now. Kimberly Sather is with us. She's a military admissions manager at Troops into Transportation at the CDL school out there in Fort Drum, right?
You betcha.
Do they still have that banquet facility in Fort Drum? I'm a disc jockey. I played a couple of weddings.
Yeah, they
out
do.
there.
The Peak.
Yeah,
they call it the Peak now.
Very nice place.
They let you through the gate?
Yeah. Wow. Absolutely.
Security clearance.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. But anyway, how does a young lady like yourself get into CDL truck driving things?
Right. Well, it goes way back, and I knew you were going to ask me this question.
Okay.
And so I started in the trucking school business 39 years ago.
No kidding. Was it by accident, or is it just something you were interested in?
Back in the day, it was a family business called National Tractor Trailer School.
Oh, of course.
Anybody know that from Liverpool, New York? You've been behind our trucks.
Yeah.
And going, they're taking too long, too slow. They're like, the student driver, etc. But my father created that school in 1971.
Wow.
So when I was in college, he's like, we have a financial aid office. Why don't you work there? And created this position for me. So I worked in financial aid. And then after I graduated from RIT, then I worked at the school in Liverpool, and then I never left.
You went to RIT.
I did.
That's a pretty big accomplishment.
And I even graduated.
Yeah, that's a very good accomplishment.
They wouldn't I couldn't even spell RIT.
No,
they wouldn't let me near the place.
Steve would have trouble with that.
I guess they needed another student. Who knows?
Fantastic.
What'd you go to school for there?
Marketing, believe it or not.
Oh, those people are annoying.
Back in the day, they had a business school, and marketing was old school back then.
I always think of them as an engineering, college.
I had a lot of engineering friends.
And I thought of them as photography, Tom, because
really?
they had a big photography program.
Photography was fabulous.
Isn't that incredible?
There. It was a really good school.
Great.
Yeah,
so you had fun there, and then you got out, and you thought, well, family business.
Well, I wasn't planning on it, and somehow, a number of years later, I was still there, and I'm the enrollment director. And so back then, I helped people go to tractor trailer school.
Yeah.
And we had that big campus on Buckley Road.
Sure.
And so it was a family business. My father owned it, as well as my husband worked there as well, too.
No kidding.
So
yeah,
we both
one big family business.
You got it. I was in admissions. My husband was the placement director. And then, of course, my father ran the show.
Yeah, you guys must have placed drivers in every aspect, every company that drives truck.
Exactly.
Had
so
one of your students.
You got it. So in the Syracuse market, think about all the trucking companies out there. We had a great partnership. We would have job fairs with them all the time. So it was like Swift, Warner, TMC, Melton. The list goes on and on. Gibson here in Baldwinsville.
Was that JB something?
Oh, JB Hunt was back in the day.
Hunt?
We were a contract trainer for them back in the day.
And that organization sold and isn't there anymore?
Right. So National Tractor Trailer School sold. And so, my father passed away in 2017. And so his business partner, at the time decided to sell it. So they sold the school. And so they sold it to Swift Transportation, and they ran it for a while. And then they decided, nah, we don't want to be in the school business anymore. They only want to haul freight. I think they wanted to get all of our graduates to go to work for them.
Right, yeah.
And they're like, the math's not adding up, because at our school, they could go to work whoever they wanted. It wasn't a contract training, Yeah, so
tell us, how did you become a military truck driving CDL recruiter person? How'd that happen?
Here's the fun part is through NTTS, we had a school on base. We had a memorandum of understanding with them. So when NTTS closed, troops into transportation were like, okay, we're going to be at Fort Drum. We're going to take over that program, because they had other training programs at other military installations throughout the U.S. So they jumped on the opportunity. You know, one business closes, another one opens up, and they're like, hey, let's do this. So the owner of that school reached out to me, wanted to help our students that were graduating. And basically what happened is that conversation ran into, well, Kimberly, you should go to work for us. Why don't you run that program? Because I was so used to it. They hired all of our instructors. They have the same location, myself. So Troops into Transportation started in May of 2023, and our first class was in July back then. So we train active duty service members and veterans throughout New York State.
And what does that cost them?
So with the program, it's $94.95, so $9,495. So the neat thing with veterans and active duty service members is that they can use some of their post 9/11 GI Bill to pay for the training program. So it basically wouldn't cost them any money if they qualify for that benefit.
Oh, wow.
Very nice.
And tell us about the need for drivers.
Demand is very high. Just think about it throughout the entire country, throughout the Syracuse market, there's demand for local, regional, over-the-road drivers. So you look online, you always see Indeed, all these different websites. They need a lot of drivers. And you're probably seeing out there that FMCSA, Federal Motor Carriers Association, they have closed over 3,000 schools throughout the country.
Why would they do that with all the need for drivers?
Right. Well, there was a lot of things. They're buckling down on CDL mills.
Oh, okay.
So, the bad things that happened out there, people who are driving tractor trailer who can't speak and write English.
Oh,
so you remember that, all those storylines?
No, I didn't. I wasn't aware of this.
So it is it's CDLschool.com is the
Correct,
website.
yeah.
So if someone was a veteran, they pretty much the government pays for most of this, right?
It could be if they qualify. Any veteran in New York State can apply to this program and attend on base.
Okay.
And so they can use their...
How many week program is it? Months,
so
weeks,
the neat
years?
thing is, short-term training. So they can do the first phase of training online. So they learn about the CDL permit. So that's general knowledge, air brakes, combination vehicle, hazmat training. We teach that, and also tankers. So they really get that good foundation. And the other thing that we cover is entry-level driver training. So ELDT, it's required throughout the FMCSA.
Okay. So if someone was a vet or active or not active, and they want to look at a career, this is a great one. They can actually call you at 679-2237. 679-2237, or go to cdlschool.com. Kim, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you.